Hello, cyberspace. It is I, Terracin, your favorite cyber bitch here. And tonight's title is Musketeers. I got a new phone, bitches.
We can
I
tell.
have with me tonight, always, my baby brother, an American Celt.
Hey, I got a funny story.
I have the Lord of Furry, Cute Fucking Thieves. Lord Ferret!
I'm not a furry though. I'm just a carpet shark.
Yeah, but ferrets are fucking.
First Slinkies for the win.
And of course, we have Scooby 331.
Hey, hey.
Mm-hmm.
And we have the oiled up, the sexy, your boy Pat.
Yeah, buddy.
So yeah, bitches, I got a new phone. I got the top of the line Samsung Galaxy S9.
Bullshit.
But I ain't able.
Make sure you don't shatter this one.
I didn't shatter the last one, asshole.
No, but you did shatter something else that had glass.
Do what?
Mm-hmm.
You did shatter something else that had glass.
Oh yeah, I've been waiting for that to happen. You don't know how many times this bitch had been, my vape had been dropped on fucking concrete. It was just bound to happen.
Butterfingers.
No, I was setting everything up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was sitting at the charge and relax and recharge station at SeaWorld, and I'm plugging in my phone. I'm plugging in a.
Hey, mechanic, what's up, bro?
One of those that you can recharge and use when you need to.
Mm-hmm.
And my elbow hit my vape and it fell over and shatter.
Ooh.
Yeah, luckily, I remembered that at my aunt's house I had a spare tank. So today I was cleaning out the rental car and I was getting aggravated because of all the fucking food that was in the car. And so I was like, fuck it, I'm Nick fitting. So I went and found the spare tank, and my uncle helped me get the glass out of the thing, and I replaced the tank, and now I have vape again.
You know, they opened one of them vape lounges in my neighborhood, and I got thrown out of it.
Okay, what did you do to get thrown out?
All right, I went in there, and I see all this smoke come pouring up out the place. So I figured, Cuomo's trying to get the White House. I figured he finally legalized shit. So I was baked off my fucking ass, too. So I walk up in there, and it's a vape lounge. And so it's all these people sitting around, and they got all these different weird-looking vapes. And it looks like these people are smoking oboes, the big woodwinds.
Yeah.
Sound like the hookah lounges?
You pretty much
exactly.
Lounge.
Yeah, it was like a hookah lounge, but it was for vaping. And they're all drinking these different colored flavored energy drinks.
Oh,
and I'm looking at all these people because they're all leftists. So they're all these screwball yuppies with their bowling shirts and they got the colored hair. I'm standing there with my bandana and leather jacket. I'm making everyone nervous. So I got my hood up and shit. So I decide to be an asshole. They got a jukebox in there. So I go over there and I put on the song from Star Wars, the Cantina Lounge song.
Oh my god!
And they're all looking at me, and so one of them gives me this look, and I said, well, look at all of you. You got all that shit in your faces, and I got piercings too, by the way. I'm like, you got all that shit in your faces. You got the colored hair. You got those wild outfits on. You're drinking all that colored shit. You got all these weird looking. I said, it looks like the Star Wars canteen in here. I think the music would be fitting.
No.
So they killed the song. They're like, sir, if you're not going to buy anything, you have to leave. I'm like, all right, you got any water bongs? They're like, please leave. I said, all right.
Wow, you gave up easy.
I actually didn't care. I was going next door because my friend Juan was working at the pizzeria. I wanted a stromboli. I'm walking past and there's like cloud of smoke hit me in the face. So my Scooby sense kicked in and I just, my feet turned to the right and I went through the door.
So basically,
I'm just saying, I would have bought an energy drink, sat down and started slinging Star Wars references. Just saying.
The lip part safe space. I'm like, God, I hate those things.
Yeah, it's exactly what it was. Ferret, you got to understand, it's like Pat was saying, it's a safe space. It was a total buzzkill. I went in, I didn't get any of the reactions I wanted. They were all like talking under their breath with those, it's always the guys with like the 3-pound beards, and they were always like, oh, he's an asshole. All right,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
That's all they can do is talk under their damn breath.
Yeah.
Shit. They're only bad when it's a million of them against one.
Yeah. Yeah. And I wasn't like trying to be like some sort of mean person, and like, it's not like I drove my fucking car through the front of their store and got out with an axe and started bashing up their fucking, vape.
Let's be fair, that would have been a lot more entertaining, I'm not gonna lie.
I think it was more entertaining, like the whole like mic drop moment I put on the music. They all stopped talking, and as one, they turn and look at me. It was
like the hive mind that they are.
Yeah, it was fun to do to them. I'm sorry.
I look cheap.
Yeah. I look at it this way. Life is a ball of string, and I'm a cat. It's there for me to fuck with. Seriously.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Thanks.
Right? Let's be fair here. The yuppies are the funnest to kick around there.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Absolutely.
Like, there's this one place. It's this donut place, and it's on the square. And I hate to say this, but actually, no, I don't. But they can't even make a glazed donut right. Like, seriously.
Actually, while I'm thinking about it, hold that thought. Pat, do you want to go into business with me? I got a great business idea. So what we're going to do, we're going to round up a bunch of hipsters, right? And we're going to put them all in pens. And instead of, like shearing sheep for wool, we're going to shear their beards to make artisan hats.
It's not worth it because all the chemicals you're going to have to use to get the cheese smell out. It's going to cut into your profit margin. And plus, their beards already feel like polyester. By the time you're done, forget it.
Oh my God, that's fantastic. I'm just saying we can raise them organic and jack up the price by about $30.
You could probably you could probably make organic Brillo pads out of them. I mean, those pads are really good for cleaning toilets, from what I heard from a few times they decided to go into the wrong bar and open their fucking mouth.
So, Ferret, you'll probably love this. They can't even make a fucking glazed donut right. So, I went down to my favorite donut place. I bought a dozen glazed donuts. I got a Sharpie. I waited until the manager was in the back of this place. I wrote on the top of this box, this is how a glazed donut should be, and I left it on the counter and walked out.
Why'd you wait for him to be in the back? I would have walked up, handed it to him, and be like, look, man, I know your little yuppie brain is being squeezed by that fucking hat, but look. This is how you fucking do it, dude. This is how you fucking do it. No, none of this fucking organic artisan bullshit. Just glaze a fucking donut. Put the donut in the icing and put it on the tray. Stop being a bitch.
Nah, it just infuriated him more that he couldn't give a rebuttal to it.
But I like when they give rebuttals because their little pea brain spurgs the fuck out and starts like twitching.
Oh, he was mad enough. He threw the box of donuts across the fucking room.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Oh, yeah. I was sitting in my truck outside laughing my ass off. See, I'm an asshole like that. I'll walk in. I'll wait until the manager is in the back. I'll put something on the counter, and I'll walk out. Because the rebuttals that these people give in this town aren't worth it. It's more fun just to leave it there and walk out.
Oh, yeah. Bonus points if you have a buddy sitting in there with a camera.
Like Pizza Hut, when you got to send a pizza back, replace the Pizza Hut pizza with the DiGiorno.
An unheated up DiGiorno specifically.
Exactly.
Still frozen. Still
exactly.
frozen. Absolutely.
Exactly. replace it with a frozen DiGiorno.
It's the only right way to do it, man. I've gotten up to some shit in my time. I know what's up.
Yeah, Pizza Hut won't deliver to me anymore. Because I'll tell the driver to wait a minute. And I'll send him back with the pizza box with some kind of frozen pizza in there.
Ugh.
Because I don't like the manager.
I think the best thing I've ever seen, honestly, was, you know how you can leave special notes? So
yeah.
I saw this post one time where somebody left a special note for their driver. And it said, I have 2 front doors. Pick the right one and you get a tip. Pick the wrong one and you die. And he just he randomly picked one. He walked up, knocked on it. Dude opened it wearing a gas mask, bong. I was like, dude, you get a tip. My ex used to deliver for Jimmy John's, right?
I love Jimmy John's.
So he delivered to this one apartment one time. Dude opens the door and smoke's just rolling out of it. He's like, dude, we're so hungry. My ex came home and he was like, I think I got stoned. I'm just standing there for the 5 minutes it took me to count change.
You know, that reminds me of this one movie I saw. This girl was like deep in debt. And at the end of this movie, she owed like some thousands upon thousands of dollars and a quarter. So she gets all these Utz pretzel jars, you know, the big fucking ones that pretzel sticks come in. Yeah, she counted out all the money in pennies and she sticks them in these like 100 Utz pretzel jars and she leaves them in this IRS tax guy's office and she leaves the quarter on his desk.
That's how you do it, man.
Yep.
Absolutely. That is fantastic. I gotta remember that. It was like the guy who paid a traffic ticket in pennies. They got circus.
Oh yeah, but you know, it's payment. It's still payment. I mean, if you didn't want people to pay in pennies, you shouldn't have invented them.
Right.
You shouldn't. Yeah, you shouldn't mint them. If you know, there are trolls out in the world like you, me, and you know half the people in this call. Actually, probably all the people in this call.
No, I actually don't like trolling people because I don't like it when they troll me.
Oh, I don't care if they troll me because I can just turn that troll around and use it on them. It's like, oh, that's a great idea. Just
yeah,
I give it to. Just wait till I turn it around on you.
I don't exactly.
Go ahead.
Sorry. I was gonna say I don't exactly troll people per se. I guess it's just the culture around here. I'm busting balls most of the time when I fuck with people. It's a thing around here. You know, I mean, it's how I grew up. So, like, because I've talked to a few people and they're like, "You're a troll, aren't you?" I'm like, you know, honestly, because I got friends who are trolls, and out of respect for them, I don't identify as a troll.
So, do they live under the Washington or the Delaware Bridge?
What, by me?
Your friends that are trolls.
Oh, if anything, they'd probably be under the Tappan Zee or the Verrazano Narrows. But nah. Actually, I think that they live out like in the Midwest themselves. But I digress. I'm just saying, like, you know, I'm not a troll because this whole trolling thing. I was already a grown man when people started doing that shit on the internet. And my boy, you know, I'll give him a quick shout out, Diogenes. He's like an arch troll. And he was explaining to me what being a troll is. And I told him, I said, oh, being an asshole, I could do that. And he said, no, it's more involved than that. And he started explaining all of it to me. And I said, oh, nah, that's too much fucking work. So if anyone ever says, yo, Scoob, you're a troll, or if anyone ever says to any of you, you know, you're that guy Scooby you stream with is a troll, not intentionally. Like, I'm just being me. And if people think I'm trolling them, nah. No, it's a lot of times I'm being sincere is what I'm getting at. It's like, you know, I'm not saying this shit trying to be edgy. I usually mean it. I don't usually say nothing I don't mean. So, That's my whole point. Like, this isn't me being an edgelord. This isn't me trying to get shot clicks or views or whatever. This is what you get. Sorry. This is me all day.
You are a troll sometimes, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, like, if I'm, but I'm saying, like, trolls usually are just doing it for, like, the kicks. I'm saying it because I mean it half the time. Like, if I say to somebody, you know what, take a flying fuck at a flaming fig tree, I'm really saying, skate, take a walk, get lost. I'm not saying it just trying to, like, sound, no, I'm being colorful, like, when I say it to them, but I really mean it. Like, no, go blow it out your ass. I don't want to see you no more. Take off. Like, it's people hear my vernacular and they hear the accent, so everyone, they get a good chuckle out of it. But a lot of the times, it's like I'm being really sincere. Like, nah, fuck you, fuck off. But that's very few and far between. I try to be amiable and amicable to everybody. So, just a lot of times I come across as a troll. Nah, I ain't a troll. That's just me. That's how I talk. Like somebody I was talking to off air rather, and we're talking, and his wife heard in the background, and his wife heard me and my mother having a conversation, and my God, why did they talk to each other like that? And he said to her, they're New Yorkers, that's how they speak. And she really thought that we were being abusive to each other. It's just how we talk. Seriously, you guys, I'm gonna start filming people around here, and you're gonna hear the way they talk to me. I'm gonna have people hit me up like, "Yo, Scooby, that person was being abusive to you." Like, nah, that's just Reggie. That's how he talks. Like, seriously.
That's just how it is, man.
No, I got people. I walk up on them and be like, "Yo, what's up, man?" And they'll be like, "Scooby, you fucking faggot. How's the cock taste?" Like, that's like a standard hello from this person. Seriously, I got friends like that. Like, I'll go up to them, I'll be like, "Yeah, so I seen your wife leaving with that Chinese guy who owns the nail salon. Yeah, Scooby, do me a favor, go fuck your hand twice." Like, that's just how we talk to each other. Seriously, the conversations that people have up here. Oh, I love it when people from out of state come here. Their jaws hanging half the night. They're like, "How can you people talk that way to each other?" Like,
I would. My jaw wouldn't be hanging. I'd be laughing my fucking ass off.
Me too.
Well, yeah.
And now I don't hate your city as much.
Yeah. Well, this is why do you think when you look on CNN and you look on MSNBC and you look on these other channels like The View, why do you think they're all so miserable? Because all of the people who work at their, bussing their tables and working on their cars and sweeping up their buildings and holding their doors and shit, all of those people, when they knock off and they go to the bar, well, these fucking bitches, like the ones that are on fucking The View, well, they're sitting there sipping their wine spritzers. These guys walk up, yeah, let me get a shot of Jameson and a Heineken. Yeah, let me tell you about this broad's ass at work. Meanwhile, they're like 2 people away from like these celebrities, so they hear this all day. They hear the conversations from the working class people, and they hate us. They hate the working class New Yorkers because of how our vernacular is, how we talk. We have a love and a zest for life. We really do. And it's sad that these people, they all come here from all over the country. Oh, you're homophobic. You're a misogynist. You're a racist. You're a this. You're a... Who the fuck are you? I'm sitting here having beer, talking to my friends. Why are you over here? We're playing darts. Get the fuck out of here. And this is the reason that they go on CNN. Oh, well, this country is so racist because they hear us talking to each other. Seriously, you go and you come around a bunch of New Yorkers and who know each other and who are friends and are all from different walks of life, you will hear the most racist, sexist, anti-whatever religion slurs that they throw at each other. These are all people who work for a living all day, and this is how it's called bonding. It's called camaraderie, and that's something these leftists can't understand. Because like I had my one boy, like my boy once, we showed up at like my friend's house, and like my friend that I showed up with was Jamaican, and I'm half Irish. And so my boy lets us in, and one of the guys makes a crack and goes, "Oh, fuck. It's bad enough the black kid showed up to lower the property value. He had to bring the Mick, and it's really going to take a nosedive. He won't even be able to sell the house." Like, it was, now there was a girl in the room, and she was one of these leftists, and she immediately, like, the color drained out of her face.
Yes.
I would have made a cool runnings joke.
Yeah, and so... And so she said, she looked at immediately ignores me, looks at my black friend and says, "How could you stand there and take that?" And so she, without even missing a beat, he goes like this. Well, look at him. He's German. That means one, he probably can't dance, and two, he can't cook. So why do I care? Like, and she now immediately she's taken aback because she doesn't know how to react to that response. Like, you got to see these leftists when they're around us. It's like watching a marionette puppet. They're all herky jerk. They don't know which way to go because they can't deal with people being real with each other. You know, like I got my two boys. It's great. One of them's Jewish and one of them is Mexican. And this is before even Trump was with the border or anything with the wall. They would sit there and they bust each other's shoes, and he'd be like this. He'd be like, you know, like the Jewish guy would say to the Mexican, he's like, "Why don't you cut my fucking lawn?" And the Mexican would turn around and he'd say to the Jewish guy, "I got your sandals right here, you fucking heeb." You know, these guys are drinking together. These guys, these are two of my oldest friends. These guys went to kindergarten all the way up together. But it was just, you know, it's something, again, leftists do not understand. You know, it's because I don't know, I'm guessing from looking at the makeup of this panel, I'm guessing a lot of you have never been around leftists. And I'm talking like, you know, the Starbucks Marxist type. I've lived around them most of my life, you know, since they started moving here in the past, in droves, really, in the past 10 years or so. They really started coming here. Once Obama became president, New York became like a fucking haven for these folk. But they don't know how to have a good time. They don't know how to have fun. Their idea of fun is sitting around and saying horrible shit about people. I mean, horrible shit about people. Like stuff
that
like, you know,
like the entire side of my mother's family.
Yeah. Like, I don't know, me, I'm one of those people, like, I grew up around a lot of thugs and roughnecks, and, you know, they get a bad rap because, obviously, you know, you commit violent crimes, beating the shit out of people, or, you know, a lot of these guys were into thievery or whatnot, you know, they get a bad rap, but, you know, there's an old saying, honor amongst thieves, and, like, I'll tell you this much, I have not known one of these guys, I mean, I know people who've shot people, and not one of them ever put a hand to a woman they didn't know, like as far as, like, you know, trying to rape a woman. None of them have ever done that. And oh, God forbid, if you go near children, they'll cut your balls off. You know, a lot of these guys, you know, there's a lot of them are bikers. A lot of them are connected. You know, some of them are gangbangers. A lot of my close friends, you know, which is one of the reasons I sometimes sound like an apologist for the Nation of Islam. I got friends in the Nation of Islam. I got friends in the Muslim Brotherhood. Hell, I got friends who are Aryan Nation. You know, everyone got their politics. That's, you know, don't mean that I'm going to be breaking bread with them on the regular. But I digress. I've been around a lot of rough people, and I feel more comfortable in a bar full of people like I just named than in a bar full of leftists any day of the week. Because I'll tell you this much: the bar full of the people I named are not going to be plotting on me. Those leftists are, in my experience, leftists. You know, because I had this talk with somebody who was a Nazi, and they flat out said to me, they're like, you know, how you got a lot of friends who are of different walks of life. They're like, why don't you, you know, stick to people more like your own persuasion? I said, because any person who ever really caused me a lot of problems, I said, was a white guy in a stupid vest. Seriously, those fucking dicky vests that they wear that they look like Carlson from the Fresh Prince. Those motherfuckers. Seriously, the white liberals. Those are the ones who have done the most harm to me, and the Jewish liberals. I mean, they're white also, but I guess because they're not Christian, I don't know how the fuck these people figure this shit out. I think it's all nuts. But you know what I'm saying? Like, those are the people on the left, the people who feel that they have a moral obligation to fuck you over because you don't agree with them. They've done more harm to me than any person of any persuasion or walk of life that does not jibe with my own. And I'll be honest with you, I live in New York. Who the fuck is from my walk of life? Seriously. It changes block to block and street to street. I don't have time for that, you know, nonsense. But I'm sorry, I'm going off on a fucking tangent. Seriously, Ferret, you picked the right. Excuse me, it wasn't Ferret. It was Mechanic. You said the right thing about the troll, and you just gave me a window, and I just ran. Oh, 6! I didn't even see you hop in. You slid in the back door while I was talking. What's up, brother?
So, speaking of sliding in the back door, yeah, you need another sausage for the grill.
Welcome. How is everything? How you been?
I'm beat up to shit, but I'm all right.
Oh, good.
So,
Well, not that you beat the shit, but that you're good at least.
Yeah. How's everybody?
yeah,
Pretty
going
good.
good so far, you know. Yeah.
I'll be right back. I gotta let the dog back in, guys.
So, I am, of course, predictably doing what I do most nights of the week. I'm waiting for my dinner to be cooked, and you might hear a beeping sound here in the future.
I know. Me, it's like I'm so in the process. Like I said, I'm watching wrestling. I'm on this stream right here, and
I was creating some memes earlier, but
I was watching Lords of the Night earlier.
Same here.
and also I finished a rough thumbnail for the project that I got going on with director Arcuter. It's a show. I don't know, Tara. Can I well
Go
do
for
a quick shill here? It's called Hideouts and Henchmen. It's a show we're going to be doing once, maybe twice, maybe 3 times a month, depending on what we both feel like. But it's a half-hour show where the director and I, both in character, we play opposing forces. He plays the protagonist. I play the antagonist. It's a show that is based on a comic book, films, and TV. That's the subject matter that we approach. This first show that we did was on the Marvel Netflix cancellations. It was just kind of an introduction to both our characters and kind of introduce the mythology between us as adversaries. We're gonna try to have guests sometime in the next few episodes. We're trying to negotiate with some people right now to see what their thoughts are on the subject, and we're probably going to be doing a show on Captain Marvel for our next episode. So that's looking forward to that one. I'm of course going to go see the film. The director is not. He's choosing to abstain from watching Captain Marvel. So I'll jump on the grenade for him. So
Tell me how it is.
I will do is, hey, watch the show, and I will. It's going to be on my next live streams channel.
Yeah, cause my thing is, like I said, I just ain't got any interest now.
You know, I got a question. I'm complete disclosure here. I've been very, very far under a rock. What, other than the fact that she's a lefty loony, what exactly is the problem with Brie Larson and Captain Marvel? I mean, does she suck that badly as an actress?
She's a blonde.
No.
Well, let me just put it this way. She's
I'm sorry,
probably,
that was good.
let's just put it this way. Her acting is so wooden. I would half expect her to use Minwax floor polish for suntan lotion during the summer.
So she's giving it her all in those trailers. The ones where they complain about her not smiling.
Yeah. It's like watching a brick in a pair of tights.
With a mohawk.
Only thing I remember her being in was King Kong, I think it was, and she just looked surprised all the time.
Wait, that was her?
I think so.
Yeah, King Kong Skull Island. Yeah, that was her.
Oh, that.
Oh, Skull
I
Island.
never watched it.
Never watched.
Yeah.
And she played. You ever see Scott Pilgrim versus the World? She's
Nah.
She's the singer who shall not be named. We don't use that name in this household.
Oh, okay.
Never watched that one either.
The one that dumped Scott and went with the vegan bassist.
I gotta watch that movie now. It sounds interesting.
Yeah, Scott Pilgrim versus the World. It's kind of like well, it's based on a comic book, of course, and it's.
I know. That's like I think they had like a game made after that shit.
Yeah, there's a game.
Surprised me of all people. I'm not familiar with it. I usually know everything comic book. I must be slipping. Oh man.
I'm so far back when it comes to comic books, I don't even know what's going on lately.
Oh, you ain't missing nothing. It'll break your heart. Seriously, the amount of virtue signaling that's going on over there.
Oh, I know about all the virtue signaling. It's just like, it's like, damn. I think it's been like what shit. The last time I read a comic book was like probably like what shit, late 80s.
Oh wow!
I can tell you the month and the year the last comic book I ever bought was in June of 1996.
What was the book?
It was X-Men. It was when it was right before Professor X was emerged as the Onslaught character. It was building up toward it, from what I understand. It featured Cannonball. What else do I remember? The Juggernaut was afraid of the Onslaught character, so there was a bit of that about him. I couldn't tell you the issue number. It's been so long. I couldn't even tell you if I still had the comic.
Yeah.
But that was the last one, and I bought it on a trip to Canada and back. I don't remember if I bought it stateside before we went to Canada, or I think it was after we got back from Canada and we were on the way back to Texas. I bought it on the way. I think it was before we hit New Mexico.
Well, to be fair, I can see why you stopped buying comic books. Marvel, at that point, the Onslaught saga was probably the only good thing to come out of Marvel collectively in the 90s. Just they lost all steam in the 90s. I'm not even gonna, because I whip the shit out of him every chance I get, and I don't even mean to do it. But I mean, if I could point fingers, Rob Liefeld, seriously, what he did to the 90s was horrible. And
yeah,
but DC
running V stance, running V stance. Got to get some more running V stance. Oh yeah, can't draw feet.
Yeah. The thing of it was, though, DC, that was when they really had their renaissance, was the 90s. Now
I'm inclined to agree with you on that one.
Yeah. Now, I like to sum up comic books in the past 20-something years. I can go like this. The early to mid-90s was DC.
Not the new.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Hey, Terrence, Scooby, I'll be back. I got work stuff.
Sure. DC that was definitely the time for comics for DC was the early to mid 90s, and I'd say DC I lost interest in just because they started to go overboard with everything. That first, they happened earthquakes in Gotham City, and Lex Luthor is dying of all sorts of cancer, and he's destroying Metropolis, and all this shit happened. Well, they basically destroyed their whole planet, like for sales. And I was like, okay, I just can't follow, plus they had like 16 different Batman books at one point, like a dozen Superman books. I couldn't follow it all. And right around the same time that DC decided that they were going to kill the fatted calf, that's when Dark Horse had their renaissance. That's when they had all of those licensed properties, and they were doing Predator, RoboCop, Terminator, Aliens. That's when they had Barbed Wire. That's when they had The Mask. Just so much great shit. And
what really killed it for me
mm-hmm.
with Marvel Comics is I can't remember what issue, but it was the mid 90s. They were actually asking readers for for tips and plot points about where they'd like to see stories go.
Yeah, that's due to the Clone Saga debacle. That's exactly what it is. So, because the Clone Saga was, of course, was the Clone Saga, and it was famous for it. Marvel, after they had survived the 90s, which was basically they shot themselves in the feet till there was nothing left below the ankles. They lucked out because what they started with Avengers Deconstructed, it blossomed finally into what they tried to accomplish, which was, I believe, the storyline. The last one that they had good was Dark Reign. And when they ended Dark Reign, it was right when Obama got elected, and they went into that fucking heroic age. And then after that was Fear itself, and Marvel turned into an SJW shitstorm. But up until the introduction of the heroic age, Marvel, that was their renaissance, the early 2000s. I mean, wow, some of the best writing you're ever going to read. Seriously, I said they finally, it took them that long to get on the same level that DC had achieved in the early 90s. And what it was the same exact creative team that was at DC at that time. They were all younger writers, so they took a lot more risks. DC was actually a lot more edgy because these guys had finally matured by the time they got to do the same thing with Marvel 10 years later. So it had a lot more of a seasoned feel to it. So again, it was actually very well done. So it's just such a shame what the industry's turned into now. As a writer, it breaks my heart.
Well, we've been joined by Ed the Feminist. He's dipping his toe into the water for the first time. So just everybody, welcome Ed.
Hello, Ed.
Hey, Ed.
How you doing, Ed? So it's Ed the Feminist Slayer. I like that.
Okay, yeah. All I see
name.
is ... after the name and the sidebar there.
Yeah. Well, he's muted right now. Well, whenever he gets back to his microphone. But
another thing that really started to turn me off of Marvel Comics was all the damn metal foil cover issues, the special metal reflective holographic hologram cover issues. It just struck me as very chintzy, very cheap, and from what I understand, that period from about, say, 1992 to 1995, the value of special editions like number ones and stuff like that just plummeted, just nosedived, because they would print so many issues of like Cable number one, or when they soft rebooted X-Men, they had the X-Men one. And the thing is, when you go to look at these issues now, even though they're 25, 30 years old now, you're not going to find a really valuable copy, because they printed so much at the time. And so many people bought them at the time. Instead of doing limited runs, they printed them about as prolifically, if not more, than copies of their regular issues. And that sort of defeats the purpose.
Well, they watered the stock.
They pretty much did.
Yeah, I don't know if you're familiar with what exactly had happened at the time. What it was Tommy D, that's Tom DeFalco, the editor at the time at Marvel Comics. He took Marvel public on the New York Stock Exchange in '92. And Marvel immediately was bought out by Ron Perlman, not the same as the actor, same name though. Ron Perlman was actually married to the psychotic actress Ellen Barkin. Bless you. Ron Perlman actually had a movie that was based on him. The name of the movie was Other People's Money, and it starred Danny DeVito in the lead role. And the name of his character was Larry the Liquidator, because that's exactly what he did. And that's what Ron Perlman was trying to do. He watered down the stock of Marvel by doing everything you just said to a T. The thing was to actually get Marvel to get broken down into divisions, and he was trying to sell the characters off to different companies. Luckily, the people who were still at the helm at companies like DC flat out refused to buy the characters because they knew exactly what he was doing. They don't adhere to those practices anymore. Marvel, actually, at this point, Marvel has become one of the worst offenders. They've been buying characters right and left, and DC too, to Jim Lee's discredit. But I digress. And what actually saved them was in '96, I believe. It might have been the close of the '95 fiscal year even. Avi and Ari Arid from Israel bought Marvel, and they actually were the ones who started Marvel Studios and everything that you have now with the Blade trilogy. When they started with that, they actually they owned Toy Biz, and they used Toy Biz as collateral to buy Marvel, and that's why you don't see Toy Biz toys anymore. Now it's Marvel toys because they folded it into it, and yeah, it's really fascinating when you start to learn the business aspect of it.
So I am. So I hate to segue here, but I was drawn to this this particular live stream by the revelation that Tara has a new phone.
Yes.
So, what's that all about?
Well, my other phone, it's a ZTE Max Pro. And because the orange potato decided to be an asshole, my phone can't get updates anymore because the China literally cannot send updates over here for the phone. So my phone's acting up. It decides it's going to reboot itself. It can't do things that it's supposed to be able to do. Not only that, but the charging port inside the phone is coming loose, so I have to like bend the cable so tight that it's going to mess up the cable itself. Bend that, fuck a shark, sacrifice a virgin, and then pray to the gods that the virgin really was a virgin.
I see, but answer this question there, Tara. Do these Chinese updates, do they come with a fortune?
Yes. Every time you get an update from China, you get a fortune.
Marvelous.
And it says Confucius say, buy better phone.
Yes, and one must operate this phone using a pair of chopsticks.
It's a specific pair of chopsticks that have this little soft tip on them.
Ah, I see. Okay. You
have to pay $14.99 plus shipping and handling to get those.
Yes.
Where's the bag from, Sprint? In the car, I guess. You had it. I had other stuff. I don't have the phone or the bag. So it's in the car.
Confucius say if one not need chopsticks to use phone probably good.
Put some soy sauce on that one.
But now I have a Samsung Galaxy S9.
There you go.
16 megapixel camera.
Is that good?
Yes, the higher the megapixels, the better the camera.
I don't know how high a camera can get.
Yours has 13 megapixels.
So your phone is better.
That's
as far as the camera's concerned.
It has more megapixels.
Yeah, mine has 16 megapixels, so mine has 4 more megapixels than yours.
So you can take pictures better.
They're more vibrant. Even looking at the pictures that I've taken with my other phone, they look prettier. They look more vibrant.
I don't know how many megapixels mine has.
You can always Google your
model.
Yeah, your model, and it'll tell you how many megapixels your camera is. Go to phonearena.com. That's the best place.
You know, it gets to a point where the pictures can actually be too good. And what I mean by that is where the detail is a little bit, it's where it's like unrealistically fine.
Well, I got it this way specifically for filming.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean, but the point I'm getting at is I had asked, because this is just, as you can tell, I'm want to ask certain uncomfortable questions because it amuses me. But when they rolled out the 4K 8 Ultra HD TVs, my first question was, how does porn look on this thing? And the first thing that I got told by one of the guys who works there, he did the international sign for dead the issue. Like he started chopping his hand back and forth, like side to side under his neck and shaking his head. I'm like, really that bad? He's like, bro, he's like, you can see their pores. He's like, you can see their capillaries. You can see, he's like, it's like when you go into a bathroom and you're looking at your face in the mirror and the halogen lights. He's like, it's like Dennis, excuse me, not Dennis Leary, George Carlin said, where every scar, cut, and pimple, and bruise, and nick, and scratch all comes back simultaneously. He said,
that's why they have the red and blue lights at stripping clubs.
Yeah. He said, yeah, you can't watch porn on one of these things. He's like, seriously, it'll destroy it for you. He's like, these women look horrible. He said, and it makes their makeup even look that much more pronounced. He's like, so you can tell, okay, she's beat to shit and she's just wearing 2 pounds of cover up to try to cover the fact that she's beat to shit. I said, so it just completely ruins it for you. He said, bro, he's like, you can see ingrown hair. You can see, I said, okay, I got your point. You don't got to get too graphic with me now. He's like, yeah, no, you don't want to watch. So the point I'm getting at is, if they keep making this shit more and more defined, I mean, are you going to want to watch like the Victoria's Secret runway models where you can see their fucking crow's feet next to their eyes and like the eye snot in the corner of their eyes and shit?
Honestly, that's when I look at, let's say Burnside. I sit there and look at him and go, see, baby, I fucking told you that bitch was older than what they said.
At least it can't ruin hentai.
That's when you see where they tried to erase something, and you can see it through the paint.
Or does it get so good that you can see through the sensor?
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying, I'm sure it looks great for like nature films and shit. I'm one of those people that loves like Planet Earth and like Blue Planet and that sort of shit. I mean, so it looks fantastic. And as somebody who grew up on a boat, I can tell you, not to disappoint anybody, but real life doesn't look that good. This is technology watching on the TV. So,
yeah.
But again, when it comes down to it, like you look at some of these actors and actresses, you can see the stains on their teeth. I mean, what the fuck do you want that sort of detail for? I mean, if you could turn it back to 1080p when you got to look at human beings, yeah, I'm all for it. But otherwise, it's like a fucking horror movie. Seriously, and like my wife's sister's got one of them 4K TVs, and I don't know if you guys ever see this. When you watch movies from the 80s on those TVs, the computer does some sort of compensation thing where it makes the camera do shit that the cameras couldn't do 30 years ago. It freaks you the fuck out. It makes the movies look like they were just filmed like a year or two ago.
Let me tell you, Scoob, I didn't get into it the last stream that we were talking about Godzilla, and
Yeah.
I have a Blu-ray copy of Godzilla '84, and it's digitally remastered for the Blu-ray format, and yeah, you can see the wires.
I don't think Reptilicus could. I don't think a 4K TV could make Reptilicus look good.
Yeah.
Or any worse.
Well, the thing is, this Japanese version, the original Japanese version, is so much better than I like Raymond Burr as much as anybody else. Go Ironside, go Perry Mason. But yeah, it was a few scenes was a little like a little off-putting because you could actually see the wires attached to some of the planes and stuff that are flying around Godzilla. It's like, oh, okay. I can see the beauty that was VHS, because you couldn't see that shit back in the VHS days on a square-ish CRT monitor. Because first of all, those old CRTs were not very high resolution to begin with, and the VHS format did not exactly lend towards high resolution on top of that. So filmmakers could get away with a lot more.
Yeah, you'd have to dial in with that big ass fucking knob, and you'd have to play with the rabbit ears on the back to get a good signal. And if you were really smart and you wanted to get that awesome signal, you strapped on the two spatulas. You taped them on with the electrical tape to the antennas, and you would get oh my god, that would boost your signal. And then forget about it. If you put hangers on them, oh, you were cruising in style.
I got really good with the tinfoil.
Yeah, that shit was
sound like me, Scoob.
Oh,
attaching kitchen supplies and
you got no idea. Well, I was over at my cousin's apartment in Flatbush, and I think we were watching WrestleMania, and we took all the wire hangers and we were connecting them, and we hung them at the fire escape, and we hooked them onto that, and we turned the fire escape into part of the antenna.
If you could get a broom handle, and you could get enough tinfoil, you could make a corkscrew around that handle, and get some thumbtacks and tack them up against the wall.
Didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there's tons of shit you could do.
And then there's the copper wire trick.
And then you'd get spanked because you took all of Mom's tinfoil just so you could watch the freaking Jetsons a little more clearly.
Exactly, Saturday morning cartoons.
You know what? I'd see a lot of people doing this, and now this is something I used to see. Like you'd see it in certain neighborhoods, like a lot of the people like that came here from Poland and from Ukraine and from a lot of the stands like Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan and all those places. I guess it was from growing up under communism, because what a lot of these folks were doing was they were taking the metal shopping baskets, like the carts, but they were taking off like the wheel parts and just taking the basket, and they were slapping the basket over the TV antennas like a cage to boost the signal.
Creative.
Yeah, yes. That's what I'm getting at. Like, I'll give those commies credit. They know how to work with nothing, because that's all they ever had over there. Like
there was a Scoob. There was a really great movie. I can't remember what it was called, but it was sort of a halfway documentary. It was like a docudrama, and it told the story of Romania before they ousted their communist government. It told the story of people smuggling in Chuck Norris VHS tapes, and inferring that Chuck Norris helped overthrow what was his name, Ceausescu. Was that what? I think that's who it was, Ceausescu.
Yeah.
Listen, I'll have let me Google that.
What was he? He wasn't in Yugoslavia, right?
You're thinking of Milosevic, I think.
No, Slobodan Milosevic. He was in. Was that Bosnia or Sarajevo? He was in.
That was Bosnia.
of Bosnia. Because I know that Yugoslavia had, oh God, what was his name? Because I got into an argument with one of his followers, and he used his name as his screen name. Like he had a specific brand of communism, and this guy was like sitting there like ranting and raving how it was like the purest form of communism. And I said, "Are you kidding me? Yugoslavia is considered like a smoldering husk on the ash heap of history." Oh fuck, what was this guy's name? For the life of me, I can't think of it. I'll remember at like 2 o'clock in the morning. That's usually how it goes.
Yeah.
Tito, that was the guy's name. Something Tito.
Shit.
Like obviously his name wasn't Tito. You know, it was like short for something.
Who's playing Mario in the background?
No, it's my phones.
Oh,
my phones.
I heard that ding, like you hear from Mario.
Yeah, it's been dinging for the longest.
Hey, Kel, did you ever get a chance to talk about that story you had brought up?
Nope, not yet.
I want to hear it now because I just realized we've been sitting here bullshitting for about an hour.
Yeah.
There's a ton of news to cover.
So something really stupid happened in the UK. Trans woman charged with a hate crime.
What?
A trans woman was charged with a hate crime. Guess what she did?
I can't wait to hear this.
Do tell.
She said she was really a man.
Oh, God.
This is in the UK. The judge thought it was so stupid, he threw the case out and told the state to pay for her legal fees.
No. You know what I'm saying? Good, because that was stupid.
Yeah, but here's what happened. This trans woman was in a Twitter debate with another trans woman, and this one's much like Blair White. Like she acknowledges it's a mental illness and that she's really biologically a man. However, apparently you can get even if you are the one, like even if you misgender yourself, that's still grounds for being charged with a hate crime in the UK.
Wow.
Oh, God. No wonder they don't went fucking downhill.
Yeah, seriously.
So yeah, this is the latest.
And they wonder why the Muslims done took over.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Scuba. Here's I'm putting the Wikipedia link to the movie I was talking about. It's a Chuck Norris versus communism.
Oh wow.
I see Luke Perry blowing up all on Twitter.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of depressed about that.
I'm sure a lot of women who swooned over Luke Perry was I'm saying.
I'm actually one of them. I grew up with him as Dylan McKay.
Who?
So Tara, were you also a fan of the band The Prodigy?
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
Keith Flint also died today.
It's a shame. Pretty sure I saw The Prodigy back in the 90s. Some club.
I think the only thing I remember Luke Perry from was when he played Lane Frost in that one movie, 8 Seconds.
Okay. My wife is a huge 90210 fan. That's like a lot of times when I'm out here, you guys, I don't know if you can even hear it in the background. She'll be watching it. Much to my chagrin. But I remember him in that and some other movie. I think he was like a vampire hunter or a gunfighter or something.
He was in the Vampire
Buffy.
the movie with Christy Swanson. He played Pike, the guy that didn't believe in vampires but gets attacked by vampires, and his best friend gets turned into a vampire, which happens to be David Arquette.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, that movie.
Yeah.
I love how you put that, Pat. That movie.
All I can say in response to the chat is flashlight.
All right. I'm not watching the chat right now, so I'm guessing that somebody lost their keys.
No, that somebody's asked. ask the question. Nobody here knows George Clinton. Of course, I know George Clinton as Parliament Funkadelic.
I actually met and shook hands with George Clinton at Woodstock '99. I got there the Thursday before when they were letting everybody in, so I got there a night early, and I'm leaning up on the stage, and like I got my shoulders up against it, like I got my, like I got like my elbows resting on the stage, and I got my head leaning back, and I'm looking up at the sky, and I feel this hand on my shoulder, and I hear his voice say, "Excuse me, young blood, we need this stage. We're going to do a quick impromptu performance." And I turn and look up, and I see these multicolored dreadlocks hanging over my face and this big smile, and it was George Clinton. And thank God I didn't have anything in my bladder. I probably would have pissed myself. Like, I've never experienced being starstruck before. And like the only thing I could say when I looked at him was, "Holy shit."
There's an interesting story about George Clinton and Parliament Funkadelic. Most people think it's a single entity. It's actually two separate entities that keep they keep saying the name all at once. It's not actually the same. It's not the same act.
Yeah.
When George Clinton sat down to write music, there were two distinct styles. Either a song was Parliament or it was Funkadelic. So that would be put on an album Parliament or it would be put on an album Funkadelic. Now, Tom Petty did something of the same philosophy. Either it was just like Tom Petty or it's Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. If it wasn't a Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers song, it didn't go on a Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers album. It would just be something he would release solo.
Yeah, kind of like with the Wu-Tang Clan when they wanted to release shit that they wanted more tied to the name brand. It was on the Wu-Tang albums, but when they wanted to do shit that was more like, for lack of a better term, personal, like some with battle raps, some with things denouncing certain religions or whatnot, it was more member centric. They would put that out on the Killer Bees. Yeah, I know. I always got to take it back to New York. Sorry. It was the only thing I could think of musically that correlates to what you're talking about, though. But yeah, no, it's the same deal. I see. Yeah.
Trippy's now doing something from Sugar Hill Gang.
Sugar Hill Gang.
Rapper's Delight.
No, I know that. I'm trying to think of other things in their catalog that I know other than Rapper's Delight. That's the one everyone knows. Yeah. Oh God. I can't hear that. I can't hear that song nowadays without immediately picturing Will and Carlton in my head.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
unfortunately
jump
I can't
on it.
Yeah, unfortunately I can't think of that song anymore without seeing Ben Stiller. Because it was used in Dodgeball. I can't I can't get the image of White Goodman's.
You know what other song?
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
And he snaps his fingers, and then Michelle is there on the scooter immediately. Yeah. You know what other song he ruined for me, but in a good way? Because now I can't help but burst out laughing whenever I hear the song, because the first thing I think of is Derek Zoolander. Is Frankie Goes to Hollywood Relax?
Yeah, and Herbie Hancock. Oh, dun, 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 dun.
But you remember how in the movie that they used that was like the song that they would use to trigger him?
Yeah, they would switch between the two.
Yeah. So whenever I hear that song now, I say to myself, "You better turn that shit off. Ben Stiller's gonna come flying through the window and kill you."
Obey my dog.
Oh man. Makes me sad that there's no more good movies coming out either.
Oh man.
More movies need to give in to the power of the tea.
I don't know. Shit. Until they get off this like libtard high and things like that, that's just what it's gonna be. Virtue signaling and diversity and inclusiveness and anything but white men and shit. It's
Yeah.
like it's like until they get off that high right there, everything's just gonna be freaking horrible, really. And I'm just like, I just, Lord, I barely took my youngest daughter to go see the Lego movie.
Oh yeah, the
Oh yeah,
second
because
movie.
you have no idea what
Mhm.
sort of shit you might be exposing
Yeah.
her to. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's really sad. I mean, it used to be you take these kids to a movie because it's gonna be wholesome. They
Mhm.
know that they're putting out something where but you know what it is. The left wants children to see this shit because they want children to learn this shit because like they had gotten to my sister for a minute, like, and she was starting to spout some of their nonsense about 10 years ago before she wised the fuck up. But like they were really convincing her because she lived like in a rich neighborhood, and because she had money and she was surrounded by these friggin' sick people. And they were convincing her that the way my parents raised her, which was with a wholesome, normal, healthy, stable family, was abusive. Because I don't know how the fuck they pulled the mental gymnastics out, but a mother, father, nuclear family, little white house with the picket fence and shit. That's all bad. That's some
Mhm.
bad shit. Really, what the fuck is the matter with these sick people? Yeah, part of the thing that made me give up on Twitter, and I don't normally give up on shit. I was going through somebody like that I got into the mix with. It was one of these leftists, and I started looking through their followers, and I got to this girl in DC, and she had this short bob black hair and glasses on and a nose ring, and she was wearing what looked like a pantsuit, but like a black one, like she was a mortician in the picture. And the only thing it said in her tagline was abortion is a good thing. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, wow, I could sit here and I could just say horrible shit to this person all day, but I could wind up giving myself like 2, 3 ulcers doing that. It ain't worth it, really. I mean, that's why I don't like social media because, you got these slime. And that's the problem, especially living here, because a lot of them, they're arrogant enough to use their face. God forbid I wind up standing on a train platform next to one of these people that's advocating for like killing newborns or some shit. I wind up throwing them on the third fucking rail. I don't need it. You know? It's just, I don't know. What the fuck, man? Pat, believe me, no one here
Mhm.
sympathizes with you more than me. I got my nieces. I used to have to take them to the park and shit because you can't trust the movies.
Yeah.
You really
I know
can't.
what's sad about this whole abortion thing is that there's going to be a handful of women that are going to do this. I'm saying that they're going to wait till their babies are damn near about ready to be born. I'm saying born and stuff like that, and they're going to be like, kill it, just so they can be the ones to say, like, oh, I had whatever the fuck they call it, after birth abortion or whatever. You know how motherfuckers is. They so goddamn stuck in the head with this bullshit that they want to be one of those is included. Like, I aborted my baby after it was born just to have like the little attention and shit like that.
Yeah,
And those are the ones, like I said, you just want to fucking bitch slap the fuck out of.
yeah, you really do. It's one of those things like I'm up for creative punishment. Like seriously, if you got people who are doing shit like that or doing munchausen and shit, like hurting their kids for attention, any of these people who do
Mm.
shit like that for attention and it can be proven, oh, like children, fine, make them go work in an orphanage. Seriously, and keep them on camera and shit to make sure that they're being fucking that they, don't even let them near the kids. Make sure that they take out the trash and do the
That's it.
paperwork.
That's what I'm
Seriously,
saying. Like hell, they'll even do this shit on fucking camera here.
yeah. I mean, I hate saying this shit, but these leftists, they talk about they want to round up Trump supporters and conservatives, and they want to round up people on the right, which I'm not. I'm a centrist, but it don't matter. They
Doesn't
want to
matter you're
round up.
right of Stalin.
I'm sorry.
I said it doesn't matter you're right of Stalin. That's enough for them.
Yeah, right. I'm saying like they want to do all this shit, and I hate saying this because of how their behavior is and their mentality. We're basically getting to the point where we're going to have no choice, but we're going to have to start putting these people into like programs for mental people because a lot of them have been brainwashed.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was talking to one guy, and I mean, he was so gung ho with the leftist agenda. When I started talking to him, and I started like, like disproving the shit he was talking about, his lips started quivering, like he was gonna like freak out. And like this is the thing, the guy I was talking to, this man was a veteran. He served the country for like a good 10, 20 years. And then, he's one of those leftist people that the reason Obama's presidency failed is because he didn't have any support. And I looked at him, I said, bro, he stacked the deck in his White House when he got in. He put so many people in there that were on his side and worked his agenda. How the fuck are you even saying that? The man didn't accomplish anything. I said because he treated it like a celebrity presidency, which is what it was.
Mm-hmm.
I said he had a very easy run. And the reason it got fucked up is because he was arrogant. The man's hubris is what undid everything. He said, "You're just saying that." I'm sorry.
No, I said that's what they said when they get like the first female president and shit like that. I just hope it's not a Democrat because it's going to be 10 times worse.
Yeah, yeah. And I said to him, he said to me, he's like, "You're just saying that because he's black." And I said to him, I said, "You know what? I'll even give you that." I said, "You bet your ass I'm saying it because he's black." I said, "Because in my opinion, your whole community, you got hosed. That was the first black president. Are you proud of that? Seriously, look at what that man has done. Am I going to have to deal with the same thing when we get a Sicilian president? God willing." I said, "Am I going to have to worry that we're going to have we got a black communist? Well, we're going to have a real Sicilian gangster? They're pushing Cuomo right now. That's what they're going to try to do. They're going to try to put a friggin' mafioso there. And if he's not a mafioso, I'm Tinkerbell. Seriously, I don't like what they do to us. I mean,
Tinkerbell, I want to fly and take me to fucking Neverland.
But you know what I'm saying? Every time they is this what the left is going to do? Now, every time they're going to find a person that looks the way they're trying to present, that thinks the way that they're trying to do, because that's what they're doing with this Cortez person now. Because bad enough Obama was a soft communist. This broad is as red as a fucking road flare. I mean, God, I remember, and it was only because Carter didn't know what he was doing. But I mean, Pat, you're around my age, and so are you, Six. I'm sure you guys remember, and the same thing with you, Mechanic. I don't know how bad you guys had it by you, but I remember when I was a kid, we had to go to like the relief lines and shit because shit got so bad and there was no work under Carter. I remember those. I remember when they were giving out like food and shit because people just couldn't, there wasn't any work. The economy tanked so badly. That was nothing compared to what's going to happen if that Cortez woman, because this is what I'm predicting right now. That crazy fucking bastard Bernie is going to run for president, and he's going to pick her as his running mate.
Oh, God.
Even though she's not old enough, they're going to say age discrimination, which is what they're going to try to pull. They're going to try to put her in the White House. They're going to try to make her the vice president. Then what?
I don't know, because that woman is as dumb as a bag of fucking rocks, man. It's like,
yeah. Why do you think I'm so scared?
Pat, she's as dumb as a bag of dumb rocks.
Yeah, like I'm really nervous because that goofy fucking prick is gonna pick up because no one's gonna vote for him otherwise.
Yeah. It's like Ocasio-Cortez won because people knew her goddamn name because people wouldn't shut the fuck up about how dumb she was. And they still won't shut the fuck up about how dumb she is.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. She won due to popularity.
She won because what they did was and this is a fact because I talked to a few people that live over there. I got a cousin in her neighborhood. She won because what they did was they went and they printed out all of her information in Spanish, and they handed it out at all the Catholic churches, and they went up to the Home Depots and the Lowe's and the Ace Hardwares, and they handed it out to all the people who were hanging around waiting to get hired. That's how she got elected.
Oh, I've been muted for like 15 minutes. That's fucking fantastic.
I was wondering why you were so quiet. I'm like, wow, we're really this interesting.
God damn it. See, this is what happens when you're actually fucking dumb enough that you forget that your headphones have a mute function on them.
So you've been talking to this whole time?
The entire time.
Oh, wow. Well,
yeah. My laptop has a microphone mute button on it.
I'm sorry that we've given you the impression that we're just kind of cutting you off like mid-sentence. Like, sorry.
I know she's probably like, why the fuck are they? Why the fuck are they talking over me?
Yeah, we're all dicks and assholes here.
Except for Tara.
No, I'm a dick. It's just mine's really tiny.
No, Tara, you're a bitch in the best way possible.
with a new phone.
No, you can flat out call me a cunt because that's the kind of mood I'm in today.
A cunt with a new phone.
I went to SeaWorld yesterday. And I've been trying to get footage of their different shows. And I'm going to work it all together. I'm going to have, a video section on my YouTube just called SeaWorld Shows. And I've said it on air before. I have epilepsy. So there's certain things I can't do. Like they have this wild Arctic simulator. And I can't do that because it's a simulator. Well, I was over at this one area looking at the manatees and the sea turtles. And I had been talking to one of the people there about the manatees so I can do a video on it. Well, I asked how I go and view them from underwater. She told me, so I go down there and a whole bunch of other people follow along. I'm like, okay, everybody wants to see the fucking manatees. So I go down there and I notice doors closed and I'm like, what the fuck? Okay. I'm oblivious. I'm watching the animals and the plants. I don't care. So I'm just following along with the flow of people and I hear grab some 3D glasses. At first I'm thinking, okay, maybe they have some pictures with 3D in them. I can see 3D things as long as it's not moving. I go into this big dome room and the door's shut and I realize what the fuck it is and I'm like, oh shit, I'm fucked. What it is called the turtle trek. And what you do is you're in this, if anyone here knows how a planetarium works.
I do.
It's very similar. Only it's in 3D. So I go ahead and put on the glasses because I want to see if I can do 3D because some people with epilepsy can, some can't. So I put on the glasses and I enjoy it for a little bit until I start feeling nauseous. Then I take off the glasses and I'm trying to watch. I'm still nauseous, but that's because the different colors that make the 3D are giving my head like a fuck job. So I was like, well, I'm fucked either way. So I put the glasses back on. And we finally get done. And I leave and my head's feeling all wonky. I'm not feeling well. So I get me something to drink. I go to one of the relax and recharge stations where you can sit, rest, charge your phone, everything like that. I'm sitting there for about 45 minutes when I realize I'm about to fall asleep and probably fall and hurt myself and have a seizure. So it's time to find the infirmary. So I gathered up all my stuff, including my broken vape. I go to I find this one woman because they have a lot of non-English speaking employees. So I had to pass like 6 Hispanics to find someone that speaks English. And I asked her, I was like, do you have an infirmary? And all I can stare at are her outrageous false eyelashes. And she's just looking at me like, well, you don't look hurt. And I just looked at her. I'm like, I have epilepsy. And she's like, oh, okay. So she tells me where to find it. So I go to the infirmary. And they're like, so what are you in here for? I'm like, I have epilepsy. And I need to lay down. And they're like, okay. So they take me to where they have these little beds. And he's like, I need you to fill, out this so that we know that you came in and why. So I fill it out, and he's like, do you need anything? So, they were great. Everything was great inside the park. My roommate comes along. I texted her saying I was in the infirmary at SeaWorld, and she's like, why? I'm like, just come get me. And so she's on her way. And I told the people there that she's on her way, and they're like, well, let us know when she's here. We will take you to where the buses and taxis drop off and pick up so that you don't have to walk there from, this side of the park. I was like, that's great. Thank you. And so I let them know. They took me over there. I'm sitting there. I'm waiting for my roommate. And she calls me and I'm like, okay, so where the hell are you? And she's like, I'm over here in general parking because they wouldn't let me go into the buses and taxi area to come and get you. I was like, what the fuck, man? And so I stood up. I see the car. I go over there. I step over this chain, and these parking lot attendants start screaming at me. Go the other way. Rah, 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 rah. You can't go this way. Follow the rules. And I'm like, first off, there's no fucking signs. Second of all, the instant they started yelling at me, I'm already not feeling good. I'm in a pissy mood. I'm tired. I'm hungry. And I'm homicidal. So I burst into tears. And I
need the Snickers.
Yeah, Snickers wasn't going to fucking cut it. I would have shoved it up this guy's ass. So I busted into tears. I'm like, I have fucking epilepsy. I'm leaving the park early because I feel like I'm going to have a seizure. The car is right there. Let me just go straight across. There's a train coming. I was like, what? That fucking trolley over there that doesn't have anyone on it and isn't fucking moving? And they're like, you have to follow the rules. I was like, there's no fucking signs to follow the rules of. And so this old guy in like a fishing hat comes over and he's like, ma'am, you have to go walk this other way. I was like, why? He's like, just do it. I'm like, all right, corporate's going to hear about this shit. So I walk the other way and I get to the car and he's like, see, you made it. You'll survive.
But will he?
Okay.
But you won't.
I get in the car. My roommate goes, did you get his name? I was like, if I were to turn around and get his name right now, I'll fucking kill him. Mm-hmm. So we get back home. Along the way, I'm trying to reach Burnside. He ends up getting chewed out because of this. Because he didn't answer his phone when I'm trying to tell him something important. Ask Scooby. He got chewed out. So we get home.
I had to grab the microphone. Yeah, he got chewed out.
So I get home. I call SeaWorld. Mind you, I've already tweeted to them. I sent them a Facebook message and an email. I called them as well. Now, what I explained to them what happened. And the first guy I spoke to, he said, what? I was like, yeah, that's what he said. And he goes, that was uncalled for. He's like, he could have. I was like, sir, what he could have done was kept his mouth shut and kept going. I said, I probably wouldn't have even called because, they made me walk, extra, along this thing to get to my ride. But it's the fact that they started yelling at me and then he had to mouth off after I got to the car. I said, I've been in customer service most of my life. I said, we sit there with a smile on our face, take all their monkey flinging shit, and then spill as much honey and sugar as they want or we can give before we politely decline doing whatever. And then we wait, grit our teeth, go home, and then bitch about the customer.
Hey, Scooby. What's up, dude? Scooby. How did I get here?
How the hell did you get on here?
I fell through a portal. I was like,
What the fuck?
And then I bounced up. It was weird. Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, Trippy.
Hello.
What?
Woo. I'm a ghost.
Who the fuck?
I don't know. I just do stuff, man.
Praise the gherkin.
Praise the gherkin. Why'd you say that?
I don't know. Poof!
The hell was that?
It was a fucking weird clown. I don't like clowns, so oop.
Yeah, I remember him from that shit show we had a while ago.
Again, I don't like clowns. Poof.
How'd he get here?
I don't fucking know. I got an idea.
Wasn't me.
All right, I'm back. What the fuck happened?
There was this creepy clown that came on.
Okay, clown.
Yeah, I don't like clowns.
Who the fuck was
So
the clown?
where was I? Oh yeah. So the customer service guy, he's like, yeah, that shouldn't have been said at all. He's like, I'm gonna expedite this. Here, wait on the line. You're gonna talk to my supervisor. I'm like, okay, thank you so much.
What's that?
So I explained it to the supervisor.
I'm a taco. I'm a taco.
The supervisor
Yes.
was like, can you tell me his name? I was like, honestly, if I'd turned around and grabbed his name, I would have done something that got me banned from the park.
Maybe you should have just turned around and punched him in the goddamn teeth.
That's what I wanted to do. But
that seems like a much better solution.
So the guy,
I'm sorry, I'm imagining you being pissed off.
Do you know what time of day this was? I said, yeah, about 5 p.m. He goes, can you describe the guy to me? I described him, and he's like, I'm pretty sure I know exactly who you're talking about. He goes, so, I will make sure that this is addressed to the park tomorrow and that we get this situated. I wake up this morning, my email tells me I have a message from SeaWorld saying that they will address this situation immediately. Because the fact that they made my ride, who was coming to get me for medical reasons, and was going in the buses and cabs area, not where the fucking little trains go, was ridiculous. Even they're like, no, she should have been allowed to go into the buses and train section, buses and taxi section to pick you up. I was like, exactly.
Yeah, like SeaWorld wasn't on their damn game.
It was the parking lot attendants.
Well, the infirmary people knew what was up. From the sounds of it,
yeah. The supervisor, he was like, I'm pretty sure I know exactly who it was. So yeah. I'm pretty sure the next time I go there, that parking lot attendant either won't be there or he's going to be kissing my ass real fucking hard. I even made sure to tell them.
Oh no, I need free tickets. No.
I even made sure to tell them I'm a pass holder.
Scooby-Doo it.
I could, cancel my pass at any time.
What the fuck's going on?
Well, you see what it is. We got these losers, and Pat, you know the deal. We've been dealing with these losers for months now.
That shit.
Yeah, because we don't want nothing to do with them. But this is like some stalker ex-girlfriend type shit. You know, no, seriously. I mean,
and here comes the taco.
Yeah, see, this sick fuck is back again.
Why is my ex calling me? I don't want to fucking talk to you.
Unblock me and I'll talk.
Hey, it's funny you say that, Scooby.
Hmm?
It's funny you fucking say that, Scooby. My ex literally just called me.
See?
Just now, fucking phone call bullshit. And I'm like, oh, decline. I don't want to fucking talk to you, you crazy bitch. You know what is good though? Tacos are fucking delicious.
Yeah.
But like I said, I see what's going on and shit like that. And what it is, just ignore the bullshit. Just have a good stream and stuff like that. Because motherfuckers just trying to gain attention to get shit down to their level and stuff like that. Because they bored motherfuckers.
I'm always bored, Pat.
It's like
I thought you guys would have learned that by now. I live in a constant state of boredom.
It's like don't stoop down to the level.
You know what else is really good that goes really good with tacos? Fago. Rock and rye, specifically.
No what?
I'm not too familiar with Fago. I think I had it once.
Ah, Fago's the shit. Big fan of Fago.
So who's this Ed guy?
Ed's having microphone trouble.
Okay.
Ed always has fucking microphone trouble.
Got some headphones.
Hey, he's a fucking cheap ass. Won't actually go get a pair.
Well, I hope he's been enjoying being like a passive observer, I guess, because he can't really participate too much.
Usually
just whatever he can. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's typing what he can in the side chat, and he's trying to respond, like write to me here. So
good. As long as he's trying, Damn. You should probably save up and get a mic though. Makes life easier.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fucking hell. So tonight's my last night, and every client has made it their goddamn mission to pull at my heartstrings.
You have heartstrings? I'm sorry. I would be sorry if I could feel sorry.
You beat me to it, Tara.
So I've been told. I think they're a dirty liar, though. I like to masquerade as a heartless bastard.
Well, you're very good at it.
I'm a heartless bitch, so might as well have a heartless bastard on here.
What am I then?
A homicidal douche nugget.
Hey, that works for me.
Oh,
I'll go with homicidal.
Brent's at work right now, right?
Yes, he's at work.
And I'm curious because I keep forgetting the time difference because I'm looking at my clock. I'm like, wow, he's at work.
1 hour difference from you, so it's 10:46 there.
Yeah, that's why it's not as late.
Yep.
Yeah, he's on my time.
Still, then he's got like that 2-hour drive or whatever. I mean, that's just craziness. How the fuck he does it, I don't know. God bless him.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Well, at least he doesn't hit rush hour traffic.
No, seriously.
That would make it an even longer drive.
Right.
So,
fun fact: do you know what the workers at the French Disneyland called their workplace?
Royale with cheese.
Mauschwitz.
Ah.
Mauschwitz. I love it.
Funny.
I love it.
Yes, that is what they called their workplace. They called it. It was so lovingly named Mauschwitz.
You guys have been talking about French Disney since I've been gone.
Yes, we must talk about.
French Disney. All right.
We must talk about Les Scooby.
What?
Royale was Scooby. Scooby.
Oh, Scooby just goes, what?
Yeah, I was like doing something, so I'm only half listening, and then all of a sudden I hear that I get what are we talking about?
Let's be fair here. We all know that Scooby's the pure of Mauschwitz.
What is Scooby's favorite French dish? Scooby du fromage.
French fries.
I'm pretty sure Scooby like hangs out on the balcony of the fucking castle and Sigils and like shoots people in the fucking balcony. Pretty sure. 99.9% sure.
I would love to see that.
Welcome to Mauschwitz, bitches.
My favorite French dish would probably be vichyssoise.
Oh, there we go. Good, cool soup.
Yeah.
I would have laughed even harder if you had said ratatouille.
Oh,
that would have been good. Yeah.
I'm not partial to it. I'm really not a big fan of French food. It's too heavy on the creams, to be honest.
Yeah, and it's a little too wasteful for me.
Yeah.
You know how much cheese I eat.
Yes, we all know cheese and chicken.
I'm very
The only thing you're missing out of that equation with cheese and chicken, the only thing you're missing out of the Bubba food pyramid is beer.
You are correct. I must procure some finely fermented barley drink.
I will say there is another dish I like, but the problem is it can't really be considered French. I think it's, I guess, the Republic of Genoa. It's pressed duck. Yeah, pressed duck if it's done right, like with a really good old-fashioned hand press. Yeah, that's a great dish, but
pressed Donald Duck.
Yeah, good luck finding somebody that serves pressed duck, though. Wow, Six, thank you for getting me thinking about gourmet food I can't afford to eat. Depressing.
Give me a good old hamburger any day.
Seriously. Not even a hamburger. I could kill for a McRib.
MRE meat.
That's fine. That's fine.
I think you mean food-like product.
Scooby, have you ever heard of flamiche?
No, lay it on me. What is it?
It's kind of like
it's not the only meat Scooby wants laid on him.
It's what is it? It's how can I? It's like a pie. It's made with like the puff pastry, but it's not so much. It's somewhere between a pie and a tart, and it's essentially just like oniony sort of. It's oniony and creamy. It's almost like a quiche, but not quite.
Oniony and creamy. It sounds like a Romanian Twinkie.
But I like flamiche.
I'm gonna have to look this stuff up now.
What about the Twinkie?
The Twinkie. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Since you brought that up, is anyone going to see the direct sequel this summer?
The what?
Well,
the new Ghostbusters that's being directed by Ivan Reitman's son. That's going to star Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, and Ernie Hudson. I guess since Harold Ramis is dead.
Well, yeah, I'm going to see that.
Yeah.
Good.
I've been told that they're actually casting someone from Stranger Things.
That's fine. As long as they're going to put him in as like his son or something. I am not going to deal with somebody else's Egon.
That's what I think they're doing because the person is young enough to be Egon's son.
That's fine then. That's fine.
Only I think it might be the daughter.
I love that part when they're in the elevator. Well, we do have a freaking unlicensed nuclear collider on our backs.
Yeah. And they turn off and they go. I just love how they go and they like curl up in the corner of the elevator, like that's gonna help if it does blow up.
I know, right? No, it's gonna take half of New York with it.
Shit.
You know, believe it or not, when I was a kid, that's part of the reason I got into the nerdy shit that I got into. Egon was actually one of my role models.
And I love the part at the beginning of the movie where he's sitting there and he just rattles his fingers across the table, then he drops the books.
Egon!
Boom!
Egon, this reminds me of that time that you tried to drill that hole in your head. That would have worked if you didn't talk me out of it.
That would have worked too if you hadn't have stopped me.
Man, I actually remember seeing that movie in the theaters in 1984 when I was a kid. Crazy.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
This is a Flemish.
Oh, it's like a quiche.
Yeah, it's close. It's close.
That's what?
It's what we would call a bisagin. Hey, your microphone's working.
Oh man, I'm so high right now.
Welcome to the asylum, finally.
Oh, we might be having another guest hop in here soon. And 6, you're still presenting whatever the hell it is.
Oh shit! Sorry. How do I fucking? There we go. There we go. My apologies.
It's okay. Oh.
Give me 2 seconds, guys. I gotta see what the hell the dog's making a noise about now.
Not a problem.
Oh boy,
that is a freaky ringtone. That always freaks me out.
I've heard that sound before. That's the sound I hear at like 2 a.m. at work when one of my clients is having a psychotic episode.
Oh, that screaming?
Yeah,
that's my cell phone
screaming.
That's when you press the magic button to release the medications.
Right.
Then they
for a minute. I gotta go do bed checks real quick. I'll be right back.
It'd be funny if he came back and said, "Yep, they're still there." Bed checks complete. Their presence has been
confirmed.
Has been authenticated. Anyway. So how's everybody's week been?
Been all right.
Yeah, so far. Mine's been nothing but all work.
So I've been actually completing a lot of
Everyone's still breathing and the house isn't on fire. I think we're okay.
Excellent. I was joking that you might come back and say, "Well, yeah, they're still there."
No, I threw my headphones back so I couldn't hear anything. No, every morning when staff walk in, the first thing I tell them is, "Everybody's still breathing. Nobody's laying in shit and piss, and the house is still standing, so we're good."
Sometimes that's all you can ask for. That's all you really need.
Mm-hmm.
Some semblance of stability. So, Kel, you've been oddly silent throughout this entire...
Nothing to say.
Are you gaming?
No, not right now.
Ah, okay. Because sometimes when you get really quiet, you're gaming. He's a mechanic. Are you currently gaming?
No coding.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, McKay, did you see that Flat Earther documentary?
No, I haven't yet.
Oh,
Because I've had someone hounding me to get a mod out. And they just won't leave me alone about it, so... Here I am.
I've been getting my memes finally completed. So you'll be seeing some memes here in the next couple of days. And they're going to be funny memes. Topical. If a bit late to the party. But they'll still be funny.
You want to make me a shut the hell up meme I can send to people? Like, seriously?
So what did you have in mind?
I don't care. It just has to be completely to the point.
Yeah, okay. Well, throw me a couple of ideas that I can start with in my Discord there.
Okay. Yeah, I have a couple ideas, but really I just need people to stop bugging me.
I'll see what I can do.
Because there are a few games I play and I make my own little mods for them. And then people see them on the multiplayer servers, and then they want me to post them. And it's like, oh, fine. Now I got to fix all the bugs in them. I spend like a week doing that. Because they spend like a month bugging me. It's like, fine.
Yeah.
God, I am so fucking
people,
tired.
whoever is getting the link, if you haven't been invited on by me specifically, you're getting booted.
I'll have words later. Don't worry.
That's just the thing right there. Like I'm saying, like who gave them?
It wasn't me. I don't give out the link.
No, I have an idea. This will be discussed off air.
That'll be handled.
It wasn't me. I was eating chicken.
I know exactly who it was. I'll have their ass.
Anyway, so let's see. What was I gonna say?
Ferret's tired. That's what you're gonna fucking say.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Fucking hell.
I'm saying, well, this is what I trip out. This is what I trip out about the whole entire thing right here and shit like that. Like I said, a lot of these motherfuckers claim that Scooby is the horrible one. He's the trollish one. He's the goddamn like whole personality, this horrible bunch of shit like that. But what I've been seeing is a bunch of childish bullshit.
Right.
That's been going
what
on.
The fuck is that shit all about, man?
Motherfuckers acting like kids for the past goddamn few months and shit like that.
I don't know why.
Won't even goddamn saying. That's what I get right there. And then they sit up here and they tell me I'm the horrible one for hanging out with y'all and stuff like that because y'all so horrible and y'all so jacked up and shit. Because and all that right there, and then call me out of my motherfucking names and stuff like that. But yet I'm saying, but yet they sit up here and they act like this every goddamn day. That's what I don't get right there, man.
I don't understand it. Look, motherfuckers.
I understand it. It's just a bunch of bored motherfuckers who ain't got nothing better to do but try to start some childish bullshit drama because they ain't got nothing better else to fucking do.
You were here, weren't you, when I explained my position on all this shit? Look, motherfuckers, I'm gonna go where I want to go. I'm gonna laugh at what I want to laugh at. And if you don't like it, you can suck my fucking dick.
Hello.
Yeah, you take my position. Bite me.
Look, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who I'm laughing at. If you have a fucking problem with it, offense is taken, not given.
It's just like the shit. It's just like the shit's just childish now and stuff like that. And it's been going on for the past couple of months and stuff like that. Shit was talked about. It was supposed to be goddamn dropped, but yet you still got motherfuckers acting like goddamn childish motherfuckers. Why? Because they can't get no goddamn dick. That's what you act like. You act like jealous motherfuckers who got rejected and stuff like that, man. You can't get no motherfucking dick from the person you got and stuff like that. So now you're acting like a rejected motherfucking
damn
a rejected motherfucking date.
All right.
This is why I love
Like, get
Pat.
the fuck over and move the fuck on.
Straight.
Damn, you acting like fucking children.
Huh.
Tear it up, Pat. Tear it up.
This is why I love you, Pat.
I'm liking the signs of the bloke already, just listening to him.
Welcome, Mickey.
Mickey, how are you, brother?
I'm all right. Yeah, I'm only able to stay about 10, 20 minutes tonight, and I'm gonna apologize if my presence here rubs anybody the wrong way. But are you guys talking about the people that you and I were speaking about earlier today, Scoob?
Yeah, those same friggin' fools again.
Who are
Okay,
you?
yeah.
Hello.
Hello. You don't know me, honestly? Wow,
No.
nobody screamed about me yet? Because it's refreshing when they talk about me. Usually
Absolutely not. How's it going, friend?
yeah, I'm Mickey Coy.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, finally nice to meet you, Mickey.
All right, glad to meet you. Yeah, listen, don't get all freaked out. I'm the resident nausea in these parts.
Always this dog. I'll be right back. Sorry,
as long as you're not going to put a rainbow on me, I'm fucking good. And march me into the cattle car.
I'm not.
Good to go.
I think that's the problem. Like this Pat gentleman was talking here earlier. People don't even know what the hell they're talking about when they're talking about it. I mean, if I was to lay it out without bringing it up, what it all meant, people are like, well, yeah, I agree with that. Until you you realize this is part of this. Oh no, we can't do that. Watch it, mother. Oh, sweet Mary, Mother of God, we can't have that going on. But here's my thing with this shit. These fucking pillow biting, fur bag shit eating little turds. I'm coming on here to make a public service announcement for these turds. I had to take some time out. I had to clean shop. I closed down a whole show to get stuff straightened out. I've taken a few months, and I know you little shits are listening, so pay attention. I've taken a few months to find out what I can and can't do legally, where and how far I can take things. And I'm going to point something out to you, meat bags, just as an aside. When you take pictures and put them on the internet, you know there's a process to find where that was posted from. It's not that bloody hard. So you guys trying to hide where you're at, no, you're idiots. You always have been. You register anything on the internet, Cass, Pinoid. You do realize, of course, that's public record, right? I even get your last name. I can search for it, and I can do what they call local searches, and I can do what's called a fake, a license plate run, right? And that's done by going to open records in courthouses, most of them on a computer, and you run the name until you get the address that goes with the license plate number, because violations are put in courthouses. See, there's a lot of ways of going about things, meatheads. And I warned you then, I begged for months when Burnside brought this to me, not to do what you're doing. And I've got Tara here on Scooby and Burnside. I don't really know the rest of you, Blake. 6, I'm glad to see you. I know you have reservations about me. That's okay. I'm fine with that. I have nothing against you. Pat, you seem like a straight thinking bloke. Straight talking, shooting from the hip. I respect the shit out of that. But I will tell you, furry faggots, you pillow biting shit sniffers, I don't fucking play games. I'm too fucking old for this shit. And when I told you I'll be keeping tabs, I fucking meant it. Now, I'm coming back. It's only going to be a couple of weeks. I'll have everything lined up. I will have everything documented. And don't worry, I'm smart enough to know how to put double and triple legal blinds on everything I'm going. So everything I just talked about, good luck. Because everything you people didn't know what to do, I know how to cover myself. So all of your cats living in your mama's basement out there in California, and you got Pinoid over here talking like, I don't know what's talking like a teenage thug here in PA. And you got the amazing Japanese wheelchair up there in or was that she in Kanadistan, or is she down in oh, that's right, the idiot's down in Hawaii, and she's up there wrapping her legs around more burning steaks and Joan of Arc, right? I warned you, Blitz. See, you're now my hobby, boys and girls, if that's what you call yourself. Oh, and Pat, if I may, I don't know why they're searching for dick. They can go down to any adult store and get themselves a blow-up doll with a penis or a vagina, or hell, maybe a hermaphrodite for all I know.
They do sell hermaphrodite dolls.
But I'm sick of these shits. Absolutely sick. And I hope like hell that they're listening and they take heed. They're going to blah, 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 piss off. Yeah, right. But here's the thing. I'm the turd that won't flush, you little faggots. I didn't survive a war, a hostile engagement, and an ex-wife to come back and take shit from any cocks not like you. And these people here, these are my kind of people. Whether you know it or not. So I'm giving you one last warning. Fuck off. You picking up what I'm laying down there, you little Thompson tank turds? Sorry about that.
Don't forget about Chuckle Fuck. Don't forget about Chuckle Fuck.
Who's Chuckle Fuck? Who's Chuckle
Fuck? I don't know, but it's one of my favorite insults.
Who's this ass reamer?
So let's go with that one. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Is this the kind of asshole that would get the chihuahua just hear it scream? Wow, that's
Kurt, what the hell are you doing? All I hear is banging and all sorts of shit falling.
Right?
I'm doing dishes, you fuck. I'm at work.
Oh, my bad.
Look, I mean, it sounded expensive, but I mean, if they're not your dishes, go for it.
They're not. Trust me, today's my last day. I'll fucking throw these shits on the ground.
Right on.
Good for you.
Mickey, I love the way you insult.
Oh, listen, I'm old school now. I'm from the old country. In case you haven't noticed, I'm not from these here parts. So this is how we talk to people when we're mildly irritated.
Yeah. Go around the neighborhood. You got his Irish up.
I really have to catch you on a day when you're extremely pissed off. By the way, Mickey, you know me from Discord.
I did?
Yeah. I'll
refresh my memory, man.
Here, I'll just type it in chat. I don't want to broadcast it.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he uses a different name when we're on
Discord. Okay, I got you. Yeah, bro.
Yeah. Side chat.
Yeah, you know, I'll have to get somebody to get that. You know what, Scoob, Kara, if you want to give him the information for my Discord, go ahead, because I know him, I trust him.
Yeah, he uses the handle mechanic while we're on the air, even though his handle says the avatar says something different. Yeah, Darkwitch. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, I trust. So yeah, go ahead and you can give him that. But we're gonna, because I'm keeping that particular server real hush hush. If I don't personally know you, then But there's a lot of shit that went down over the show, my old show.
Yeah.
There was some legal shit that came in. I was questioned again. I was not very pleased with it. What do I know about it?
Oh, I wouldn't have been happy about that kind of shit either.
So I'm like, listen, because from day one, and Scoob and everybody else that's ever actually listened to me said this: I do not call for overt violence. I do not agree with call for overt protective force. Yes, not direct active force. I do not, I don't care who you are, where you're from, what color you are. If you're an outlier and you can think for yourself and you want to live and do for yourself and improve the community, good, wonderful, great, grand. But don't think I'm going to stand here and let you take Gibbs while some nose decides he's going to, I'll tell you what, Goy, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to let him pay for you. Oh, look, it's Fag Fox. What's this shit?
Fag Fox. Oh, I'm stealing that, man.
Ooh, Fag Fox. Ooh.
Yeah. Somebody mute this faggot. Give him some of the taste of the shit he will have when I take over. Somebody mute this nigga.
Did I get muted for doing dishes? Are you fucking shitting me? Really?
I don't think so. But
that was I muted. Yeah, that was my fault, Ferret. You were. I had to take one of my headphones out because whatever you did, it was just like So
hey, Cass. Hey, Cass. This is what it's going to be like when I take over, you little shit. You have no right to speech. You don't get to fucking take anything. And by the way, asshole, I like the way your mom shaves her legs. That's a nice house you live in. It's called Google Maps, faggot. I bet you never heard of that either.
On the upside, though, this at least proves now that Mickey and I are different people.
This is true. This is true.
This is actually like a thing. Like we had like some Michael Janet shit going on. Like they were like, "Yo, you're the same person." I'm like, "You serious?" I mean, we're the same height, but there's I think like what an 8-year age difference. Yeah.
Ugh.
Seriously, there's a lot of other differences too.
To me, it just kills me. Like these. I told you, these little shits like to get these, because that's just all they have to do. And I know just my existence bothers the shit out of them, which is why I want to buy stock in like anti-powder, just so I can watch their asses flame up and their pants burn off. This is fantastic. Just my existence irritates them.
Yeah, the thing that bothers me is they. It was like Pat was saying before. I haven't done shit with these people. Seriously, like they say things about me and they say things about me. So every once in a while, I'll come up and I'll tell them, go fuck yourself. And next thing you know, they come at me for they'll come at me like for a good 4 or 5 weeks. And it's ridiculous the shit that they're doing. And this is the thing. Part of the reason I stopped streaming with like people outside of our own streaming group was. People were, they're like, no, I'll stream with you. And they were getting like bombarded with shit. And they were like, people were getting hit left and right. And I told them, I said, look, I understand, it's cool that you're trying to stand with me, but you don't have to sit here and keep taking the slings and arrows.
Right.
And like 6, once work cooled down for 6 was here because 6 wasn't letting them push 6 away. And you just heard Pat's like, nah, fuck you ain't pushing me. So, like.
Because the thing was with me is like I'm saying, they invited me on here just a couple of months ago, just like for a friendly stream. I'm like, yeah, I'll pop up and all that right there. I ain't know what the fuck was going on. It's just like this one the whole shit was going down for whatever. So it's like me, like I said, 6, Miss Steam and all that right there. We all got hit by guilt by association. Everybody's coming at me talking about like, oh, you don't need to talk to these folks right here because because Scooby did this and all that right there. Everybody's giving me their side of the story. And when it was all said and done, I still don't know what the fuck's going on. So I just said, I'm just tell you what. Personally, I'm not even gonna be into stuff. I'm staying the fuck up out of it and things like that. But if people want me to come on their live stream and stuff like that, just to shoot the shit and things like that, and I personally ain't got no problem with you, I'm gonna do that right there. Like I said, I got hit by guilt by association. A lot of motherfuckers really got pissed off about me and stuff like that. Started calling me outside of my goddamn name and shit like that. I got screenshots of this one motherfucker. I'm saying just crazy out, calling me coon, house nigga, Uncle Tom, Sambo, every racist black name that you can think of and stuff like that. I got popped on and all that right there and things like that. I've disassociated with some of these people right here because they've disassociated with me first. And I'm just like, I'm still being the same. I'm still being the same person. I'm saying I'm still cool with a lot of people and all that right there. If you cool with me, I'm cool with you. Whatever you doing with this other person and stuff like that you haven't beef with, that's y'all. I'm choosing to stay the fuck up out of it. But if you want me to stream with you and things like that, yes, I'm going to hang out with you because we're cool personally. That's what I basically told everybody right there. Some people can take this stuff right there. Other people are acting like fucking children and shit like that. And they're just trying to keep this stuff going because this is the only excitement that they got in their motherfucking lives. And then, like I said, that's what this whole shit basically gets down right there. It's just fucking childish now. And it needs to just fucking stop. But this, like I said, this is the only excitement they got right there.
Oh, it's exactly it. And the best part of this is these assholes actually think this is a fucking game. They actually, here's the thing. Oh, by the way, pillow biters, unite, right? I want you all to understand, from Irving Flinless to fucking Pops Shitless to Cass Fagfox there and his paranoid, shit eater, or whatever the fuck these assholes are. You don't understand. You guys have violated the law in a number of different places. I covered my ass and I'm covering my ass now with these things. But understand, I want to make a point out right now. First and foremost, Scooby, to my best of my knowledge, never lied to you. Understand this now. I'm going to clear this shit up straight the fuck away. I might not have liked the idea that Scooby shared some of our private conversations with shit. Him and I have discussed this. This is over and done with. This is how friends are.
Yeah.
You stupid motherfuckers. I said, like when I did the interview with Tara, which she's the only the second person that's ever gotten one out of me because I'm real picky. But understand this, you meat sacks. Anything he told you, I said to.
My name is Mickey Coy, and I like to fuck lots of black people as I talk about killing niggers.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. What an asshole.
With my mother's basement, about like 7 different Minecraft books.
Wow, yeah. That's interesting. Do you still jack off the pictures of your mother in her fucking undies, T? Or do you just go through his catalog?
What the fuck is happening right now?
Yeah?
Oh
See, this is exactly what I'm saying. I told Tara this was going to happen.
The roaches are coming out the woodworks.
Yeah, these
Tara, Tara, throw me a fucking life preserver before I fucking drown. Come on now.
All I was about to say was, and this is beautiful because this illustrates my point precisely, is all I have to do is exist, and it drives these fucking cunts insane. They can't not be a fucking retard. On top of the fact is, when I was asked, did this get said? Did this get this? Did this get that? All I said was, did he? Well, do you have any evidence? I've got evidence. I've got Scooby's evidence. Scooby's got my evidence. Do you bitches actually have any, or is this the only thing you have? Because you strike me as, prepubescent penis pimple poppers is what you look like to me. You're not serious. And the best thing is when I come back on, these people will be able to follow me anytime, any place they want, because it won't be on this kind of shit. It sure as hell won't be on YouTube or any of this shit.
YouTube. Yeah, nice. Fucking love it, dude. This is a very apt description.
YouTube Wars.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Pat, I was advised, and I respect this, not to use the N-word in front of you, right? Or around you, which is cool. But understand, I just want you to understand, if it slips out, to my mind, there's a huge difference between a black man and the N.
Mm-hmm.
That word was actually used on my paper when they first got here to begin with. The Irish.
Yeah. They threw a potato in front of it, though.
Yeah. Well, no, they literally called us. I'm just going to use the word. They literally called us niggers because nigger, the way they use it, has two G's and comes from a different root word, which means lazy. Niggardly means stubborn. Two different words, two separate subsets, but that word was actually used on the Irish first. Now, one of my best friends, Vincent Nunez. I love that bro to death, man, but he is crispy. Right? My man, though, I'd eat fucking bullets for that guy. And anyone that tells you a Nazi or National Socialist is implicitly racist is full of shite. I'm going to judge you based on your character. If you can't handle that, say so now. I'm just putting it out there, Pat, just so you know where I stand with this shit.
What up?
I'm sick. I understand. Yeah, and I understand. Sick. I understand you don't like it. I'm a pagan. You don't like that. I'm a National Socialist. But again, I'm going to ask you peaceably, bro. I don't care what your faith is. I think you're a decent guy. I've heard nothing but props ever about you. The second thing is, when it comes to the National Socialism, it's actually a lot closer to like Republican and Christian values than what you might think. If you actually read the material by Godfrey, the 3 essays that got the thing started in the first place, there's nothing about race in it. Other than the fact that demographics tend to get along better when it's people. All right, Pat, do you prefer, I understand you're pretty free thinking, but overall, most people tend to gravitate towards people of their own ilk. Do I have friends that are black? Of course I do. I have friends that are Asian. Whatever. Whoopee shit. You like who you like, but it's a natural thing to tend towards people that you have a lot more in common with. That's just how nature works. If you want proof,
persuasion,
right? So if you want proof of this, like I said to Scooby once before, go to New York. You got little Italy, little China, little this, little that, little this. They all group. It's all preference. So if general preference makes you a racist, then I guess everybody fucking is. That's interesting.
And
then it gets looser, but anyway. So, Pat, do you have a thought on that, or you want to call me full of shit, or what's your thoughts?
I don't know, man. Right now, it's just my mind's just so. There's so many goddamn places right now because it's like hell. Everything started out so good and stuff like that, and then shit just got childish, and it's like,
yeah. Well, I wasn't even going to come on because I knew this was going to happen. I told Tara that, but at the same time, I've got to put some of this shit down. First and foremost, Scooby did not lie. Number two, I'm not fucking scared of you cunts in the first fucking place. Number three, you assholes couldn't find the grip on a fucking gun if it was shoved up your ass handle first.
I like that. That's funny.
Well, I'll be back.
I think the cook caught himself on fire.
No,
No, I'm more likely to do that in the kitchen.
Yeah, he works at. I think he works at an old folks' home or something, Ferret. So, yeah, that was one of his patients that just fell.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Well, I hope the old bloke's all right, which either way, I mean, Christ.
Yeah.
But yeah, here's the thing, though, Pat. Now, just the simple fact that you can love me, hate me, whatever. I don't care. I'll be civil to you if you're civil to me. It's the same thing for everybody here at this fucking table. But understand one thing. You're now just because you spoke to me politely, now you're really fucking marked. Now you're going to be a black nosy, and it's going to be worse than the Uncle Tom, you know.
Dog.
It's fucking ridiculous bullshit. These people, Jesus Christ. I'd like to stick these people on an airplane with an inflated dildo up their ass, get them about 30,000 feet and watch them just blow up. I think that would be entertaining, don't you? Kind of like a cheap boob job on these assholes. Wouldn't that be tits?
Yeah, oh God, you remember when that used to happen?
I think it'd be more entertaining to take them up in a C-130 up to 50,000 feet and kick them out the back. Just holding the parachute. Just holding the parachute and watch him try and put it on the way down.
You guys remember when the implants were exploding on those broads in the 80s, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah. Holy
booby bombs.
Yeah. No, the implants, they would go up in the jets, and because of the way the implants, the early ones were made, they were exploding.
Open the boob bay doors. Prime the weapon, you know. I can only imagine how horrifying that would actually be there, yeah? You sit there and you watch your chest start swelling up and then it explodes against the seat in front of you and you're done before, you know, they can even get a medic to you. That's horrible.
Yeah.
I think there was a Mythbusters episode about that.
The original ones that were made in the 70s and 80s, you got to remember, Mythbusters, they're probably I'm sure that there were exaggerations, like, you know, women, you know, their tits were exploding, there was exposed rib cage, and they were sitting there, you know, like writhing and egg. I don't think it was that severe. It was probably at the most as severe as Mickey is putting it, but more likely not a lot of internal hemorrhaging, that sort of shit. You know, just either way, it's not exactly pleasant. It's gruesome as fuck. You know, who the fuck wants to go out like that?
Hey, Mickey.
Yes.
Trippy wants to know if I could set him up a one-on-one convo with you and him.
Why the fuck would I want to talk? What the fuck does he have to say to me that isn't an insult or stupid?
I don't know.
I'm being fucking real.
I'm waiting for him to reply. I write it out loud so he can hear it.
See, this is the shit that went on before. This is why I wouldn't talk to Weebo Junis. Jewish.
Yeah.
This is why I don't fucking do interviews, because these fucking cunts. I tried that once before. And what did? They fucking tried to dogpile in. I laughed my ass off, but I still have all the the screenshots. No. See, you only get one.
I tried being professional. I told all of them, you know, the one repeating word, you can ask Tara because she's seen all my correspondences over and over, was courtesy. That's all I was trying to show everybody. I was trying to do everything as politely as I could, as professionally as I could. I'm not saying this touting my own horn. I was professional media for years. You know, I try to approach this shit as professionally and as responsibly as I can. And these people, this is their idea of a good time. Whatever. I mean, I was never like that when I was younger. I was never, you know, I don't want to like sit there and say, you know, use the term bullying, because that's not what this is. What this is they're coming in, they're just showing up here, and they're being an annoyance and a nuisance, for lack of a better term.
They're bored.
Tara, he responded, and that doesn't seem absolutely horrendous.
Here's the fucking problem. What this is harassment via technology.
Well, hold on. I don't give a fuck either way. Let me be honest with you, Mickey. I don't fucking care. I think everybody in this chat will tell you I LARP as a professional asshole because I can't be fucked to give a shit for either side. Now, that being said,
I like that.
What Trippy has actually said in chat isn't a horrendous idea. Especially the offline part of it. There is no dogpiling to have a gotcha at that case. It kind of removes that, let's fucking laugh at him kind of aspect of it. It's not a horrible idea.
That's not even what it is. It's more of no one respects these people. Not on this stream anyway. I mean, I can't speak for everybody, but a good portion of us don't respect any of them because of the way that they act and they've done shit in the past.
Okay, let me put it to you like this. How about this? When Tonka fucked up with the Andy thing, had he at least just shown up, he wouldn't be in as much shit as he is now. It comes down to, even if we don't respect them, even if they don't respect us, showing up is and actually, being a man about shit does show quite a bit.
I mean,
but that's only if the people that you're going to show up around are actually people that you respect.
Well,
that's why I never show up for any of this shit. I don't respect any.
Don't call up the people who are ready to take up the fight. Call up the people who aren't. It's the point of even if it's not for them, do it for fucking you and the people who watch you, man. Look, I showed up. This chuckle fuck wants to have a go at me. I did. What the fuck?
Here's the thing, and I'm gonna put it to you this way. Right? You can have that view, but here's the thing. Time is a very precious thing to me because it's mine. And I have a lot less of it now than I did then. Quite honestly, this fucking asshole had every chance to step away and go, look, I don't want to be a part of this. I'm not going to be a part of this. Stand firm with it. He didn't. He's beneath me. He associates with them. And it would take almost a fucking act of Congress and God in the same week to fucking have me be even slightly interested in talking to any of these mealy-mouthed shitheads. I came on here to basically to put it out that one, Scoob hasn't lied. He might have said things that I really didn't want him to, but he didn't lie.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Damn you, Scoobert. How dare you?
Two.
Get the fuck back in the mystery machine. Go back to fucking Mauschwitz and make some cotton candy for the guests. Go ahead, Mickey.
Yeah, two. All right. You in order to have me spend any time on you, you have to have a certain amount of value to me, and these fuckers show me they have none. So therefore, I don't give a shit if he wants to ask how I would mix paint to get a pretty pastel for his kitchen. I don't give a ass. My question right back at him is the same fucking thing I put to all of them back in the old Discord. How's it fucking feel to want? The answer is no. I'm going to deny you simply because you refused to show yourself as a human being to begin with. I'm a national socialist. I'm supposed to be the devil incarnate. I've actually been called the Dark Lord of the Internet by these faggots. The only reason I showed up here today was because of Terry and Scoob overall. And now I know mechanics here.
Thank you.
But as far as these assholes go, I could give a fuck less what anyone thinks about me. And clearly they don't give a shit about what anyone thinks about them. Oh, the fag's back.
And people making fun of me is doing my things.
What the fuck is that? Oh,
he's
okay.
annoying. It's Cass.
No, I want to ask you legit.
No.
Goodbye, Cass.
Hey, asshole. Hey, Cass. The answer's no, faggot. There's nothing legit about you, you pillow biting bitch.
I resemble that statement, you fucker. I'm queer. Fuck you.
I don't.
You fucking degenerate. How dare you? That's my culture, pillow biting. How fucking dare you use it to fucking insult them?
Listen,
look, bitch, I'm a professional fucking fudge packer. You won't respect that shit.
Because I'll tell you right now, you professional fudge packer, if it ain't on video, it didn't happen. How's that sound?
I'm actually fairly certain there might be a few videos floating around. I don't know what people get up to at their phones. It's not my fucking problem.
Yeah,
I have fun.
This guy, Mickey. He's a good kid. I'll give him that much.
I really don't get what you do, kid. I really fucking do. You're not my fucking problem.
I know. I'm fucking with you, dude. Look, I said it earlier, dude. I LARP as a professional fucking asshole because I can't be fucked. I'm on the internet to have some goddamn fun, not for this bullshit.
Are you serious? It's the fucking ball to me. I love this shit. I live for this shit. I'm built for this shit. Stevie, you
That's good.
Stevie, tell him what my idea of diplomacy is. Irish diplomacy.
Irish a wooden shampoo.
I hit you over the head with a fucking club and toss you down the stairwell. Now you get your shit straight.
Are you also going to stab him in the face with the soldering iron?
No, I don't do that. Not unless they're into that kind of thing.
Well, I mean, I think you missed that reference, but that's okay.
That was I'm guessing a shot at me because of my accent.
Yeah.
But
yeah, the Christopher Walken from Joe Dirt.
Joe Dirt. Yep.
Yeah. Hey, you're talking to my guy all wrong. You do it again, I'm gonna stab you in the face with a soldering iron.
Soldering iron. Yep.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
Maybe I like Christopher Walken.
You said it, not me.
I liked him in that movie, the what was it, The Prophecy, where he tells that broad sitting at the table at the counter. Let me see if I can still do the impersonation. Eternity, here, and that sagging stupid. Yeah, I would love nothing more than to make these fucking illegal and toss them in a fucking oven, and I'd play the fiddle on the string. I love this shit.
The song of your people, huh?
Oh yeah. You know, they don't seem to understand. I get my jollies from this shit. The more
screams in the oven. Glad to know.
In the oven, music to me. Yeah, there's absolutely nothing you have to say. You fucking autistic little shit.
So when will my rainbow star come in the mail so I can sew it to my jacket?
You know what?
I'm gonna send you a rainbow flag.
I have 4 of them.
No, this is not going to be any kind of rainbow flag you've got.
I got the perfect flag for you. I got a flag where it's got like the stars for the Confederate flag, the Kentucky Tennessee paddle flag, with a big fucking swastika in the middle, and it's all done up in rainbow colors. With
wait, are the arms of the are the arms of the swastikas penises? Because if they're not, I'm not interested, man.
I could have that arranged.
That would be cool. I'll take it.
I would do that just to fuck them all.
I'd fly it.
Hey, I gotta hop out, guys, because somebody wants Daddy to come to bed. So, yeah.
Oh, it's a Patches.
Yeah. All right, Daddy's coming now, Patches. All right, good night. Yeah, I'll be here tomorrow, guys. So hit me up.
All right.
I guess we should kind of wrap up this dumpster fire, huh?
Well, I apologize if I shit in your dumpster fire and caused the fucking flies to swirl again. Six, it was nice to have almost talked to you again. Everybody else, a pleasure.
Well, I'm gonna bounce too, but real quick before I go, hold on. What am I doing? Don't fall. That's bad. Okay. Oh fuck! What was I gonna say? Hold on.
Well, while you're looking, I do think it's fucking funny. These people are trying to get me upset, and I find this fucking hysterical.
Okay. I need to go. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna plug some shit real quick. Check out fucking Sir Adamantine stream and Irate Prostate and Trippy Cast. Who else? Fucking all them assholes.
Oh, Irate Prostate. Yeah, irritable asshole. He's another fucking cunt.
I like him a lot. He's pretty fucking cool.
I got the dirt on that stupid fucker too. The shit he pulled in my old Discord, I've got it all.
Yeah, Mickey, it was nice meeting you. Get back in the burlap bag and get back on the boat. And Scooby needs to go back to fucking Mauschwitz. I'm out.
Take care. It's finally good to hear you rant, Mickey.
Oh, listen, man. Don't worry about it. I've got another. I'm not going to say the name on here because I don't want to poison the whale before the water's even in it. But don't worry, there's another one coming up. It's going to about 2 more weeks until everything's finalized, and then it's going to be beautiful because if they start fucking dicking, they find me where I'm going and they start dicking around. Yeah, I've got shit set up so that they'll probably be getting fucking papers because I'll force YouTube to be forced to hand the shit over because what this comes down to is harassment via technology. I don't think they understand that's a fucking felony when it crosses state lines.
Yeah.
They're stupid.
Oh, they're complete morons.
Mouth breathing. Jesus Christ, I've seen fucking maggot-filled meat bags that are smarter than that.
Well, I mean, they're self-destructing.
Right?
And I find it hilarious to watch people self-destruct. I find it absolutely hilarious because they're doing it to themselves.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I mean, like I said, and anyone else, I apologize for like pissing up the stream or whatever, but I've had about enough of this shit. You know, I'm not going to sit here and have my friends being called liars and everything else when I know it's different. And to find straight up answer the question, no, Cass, there's not a serious question from your faggot ass. There's not a serious question from any of you cunts. I don't care. No one else gives a shit. You are a mild irritation to these people, and your endless fucking days of laughing at your just absolutely incredible vacuous spit. I'm wondering how all the air pressure manages to stay inside your skull. It's fucking amazing. I mean, how do you people get to walk around without people noticing stretch marks around your mouth? How do you keep the shit in your ass? Do you wear like adult Depends, you fucking fudge packers? Because you're just fucking ridiculous, man. You're fucking ridiculous. Honestly. Jesus fucking Christ. I was twice as good at a quarter your age. And I don't know who the other guy is with his problem with the stolen valor. Maybe I got a guy for him over on mine, though. Yeah, he's running around with the CIA shit fucking everywhere. I'm like, yeah, you're CIA and I'm fucking the king of Kashmir. Right.
Yeah. If you're CIA, I'm the president.
Right? You know,
Lord,
yeah, you know, it's just a matter of these people. I don't give a shit. I really don't. I think this is fucking great.
Mickey, what did I say? Don't fucking use my shit to insult these fuckers. They'll call them fudge packers. You make up some new fucking shit.
All right, I'll come back with a whole new list of insults.
Good.
Although you don't scare me in the slightest, I'm just letting you know.
It's okay. We all know you have about the IQ of a sack of potatoes. It's fine. We get it.
Look, why are you going to fucking get on the potatoes like that?
Because the only thing potatoes are good for is vodka.
Okay, that might be a pretty good argument.
Am I fucking wrong? No.
Well, I don't know. You know what an Irish lunch is, right? It's a 6-pack of beer and a potato.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Hey, how many potatoes does it take to kill an Irishman?
What's that now?
How many potatoes does it take to kill an Irishman?
I don't think you can throw that many, man.
None.
You might crush me with the mash.
No, it takes 0 potatoes to kill an Irishman.
1.
Nope, 0. It's called the famine.
Yeah.
I was actually just going to say a potato gun.
But yeah, okay. I'm gonna, Pat. It was a pleasure to meet you, man. I'd like to actually have a one-on-one with you someday. See where your head's actually at. Like me, don't like me, I don't care. I've known over years. I'm an acquired taste over time, or people. You know, I'm like a fucking weed. I either grow on you, or you really fucking love me, or you really fucking hate me. Either way, I'm fine with it.
I fucking love you, Mickey. You're hilarious.
It's like I'm on YouTube and Twitter. Man.
Yeah, I can get up on YouTube, but I'm not allowed on Twitter. I'm not allowed on Zuckbook. I'm not allowed on any shit. I've been banned for life because I have an opinion outside of the hook news.
Yeah, I don't even bother with Twitter. I get banned in 2 days.
You know, I had to get back on mines. I had to set up my paid VPN and use a proxy ISP, and I ran that through another virtual VPN and a proxy ISP through a European fucking site, so that I could get back into mines. Because for some reason, no matter how many times I put in my credentials, it wouldn't take it. But I did that tonight, and amazingly, there I am. Huh? That's some shit. But either way, I'm back. So yeah, it's just like that there, Mechanic. If you want to see me, I'm back over on Mons. I'm back up on Gab. So go ahead and look for me, you know, shit sniffers. Because all that's going to happen is you're going to get blocked, and you can make more, and I can get and I'll block you. And what you're going to do is spend a lot of time fucking around for me to go click, because that's an effective use of your time, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Instead of actually doing something with your life, sitting in your basement pulling your micro pud pussy, and you know.
All right, let's do some shilling. Come on now. No, seriously, I'm about to fall asleep. I'm fucking exhausted.
Well, go to sleep. I'll sit here and listen to you snore. I think that's funny. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and bolt. You guys, good night. Thanks for the time, Warden. Ladies, gentlemen, a pleasure. I will maybe speak to you again someday. Have
Catch
a
you
good
later,
night.
Mickey.
Later on.
Thanks, Mickey. Pat, do you want to chill even more than you did?
No, just right there. You know, everybody knows who I am. You know, like fuck, shit.
What?
I'll tell you after we
Yeah,
get off.
text me. All right, 6.
People know where to find me.
All right, killing the stream. Have a good night, everyone.
Night.